NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski is reporting that he may be coming off the bench tonight. There is a chance, obviously, that he's reporting with Russell Westbrook that if Anthony Davis is able to play, right now he's going to be a game-time decision, that could change. Tim Legler, what do you make of this?
This is absolutely the role best suited for Russell Westbrook. There's no question about it. I actually felt this way the day that I heard they acquired Westbrook before last season, because he just doesn't have a fit with LeBron. It's just not his style of game to be off the basketball. So now he can get more minutes with the second unit. It's more like his team when he's out there. Give him the ball and let him go, and he can feel true to himself as a player. And you're also staggering the minutes in a better fashion with LeBron. So I do think this is the best usage of Russell Westbrook. Let's hope that mentally he buys into it. And obviously nothing is going to make him buy into it more than winning some games. You know, I have them going 0-7 here at the start. But if they can win some games, them coming off the bench, and he buys in and he feels more empowered as a player, because I think right now he doesn't feel that way, and he's completely out of rhythm. So this is the best way to use Westbrook, I believe.
Yeah, when you come to a team that won a championship in 2020, just a few years ago, you conform to that team. The team does not conform to you. And I think that's an example of what Russell Westbrook is going through. They're not going to conform to his, triple-double or the mindset that, I increase the pace, which is great. They need to find ways to win based on their weaknesses, and that is shooting the ball. Right now, the Lakers from three are shooting 22.3%, the worst over any four-game span by any team within NBA history. When you see that glaring weakness, you are not bigger than the team in your championship or even take away championship contender pursuit. LeBron James and Anthony Davis have averaged about 50 points per game. They're doing their job offensively. They're also third, the Lakers third at scoring in the paint. But you can't have everyone transparent with that goal with Russ out there, LeBron out there who's shooting, I think, his worst three-point percentage since, I think, his first year in the league. And then you have AD out there as well. You have to sort of address your weaknesses. And that starts, unfortunately, with Russell Westbrook probably being the captain of that second unit, leaning to his strengths coming off of the bench.
I want to bring Kendrick Perkins into this conversation. Perk, what do you make of this?
Oh, I got a lot of things to say, Malika. Here we go, right? Number one, shout out to Darvin Ham for doing what's best for the team, right? And not losing his team in the locker room because of one individual and trying to make him happy. That's the first thing. The second thing, this is an audition for Russell Westbrook, not just to help the Lakers get wins, but this is an audition because the rest of the world is going to be watching to see how he handles this situation. And number three, I honestly don't believe he's going to handle it well. We just remembered the reason he missed last game was because he had a hamstring injury that he basically blamed on Darvin Ham and the coaching staff for having to come in off the bench because he wasn't used to that. Look, I'm telling y'all this right now. Russell Westbrook is not happy about this situation, and I won't be surprised if, and I'm not so, and I'm telling, I'm sorry, and this is just the first step of the ending of Russell Westbrook and the Los Angeles Lakers, far as them growing apart and them finding a trade or possibly sending them home. Because if he gets to the point where he gives any type of negative energy, they're not going to deal with him no more. So he's going to have to put his pride aside and embrace this role. Remember, the world is watching him. The NBA world is watching him at the moment. All GMs across the league are watching to see how Russell Westbrook reacts.
I want to bring in the man who broke this news, ESPN senior insider Adrian Wojnarowski. Woj, can you just give us the latest? Exactly how are the Lakers evaluating Westbrook's status here?
Well, Malika, they've been preparing for this idea of Russell Westbrook coming off the bench, really all summer. Darvin Ham, talked with Russell Westbrook about the idea, the final preseason game. He came off the bench for the Lakers. And, the plan is to have Westbrook play more on the ball with the second unit, be more of the primary playmaker, as opposed to playing with the starters where he's playing off the ball, certainly a role on the court he's less accustomed to. So I think my sense is that Russell Westbrook I think is accepting of the idea that this could be a role that may jumpstart him and the team. And I'm told that not only is that the plan tonight against Minnesota, but for the foreseeable future with the Lakers. The one caveat I'm told is because Anthony Davis is a game-time decision with that sore back, if he were to not play tonight, Westbrook could end up in the starting lineup. But if Anthony Davis plays, the plan is for Westbrook to come off the bench tonight and then moving forward for this Laker team and, again, become more of the primary ball handler with that second group.
Thanks, Woj. That's very interesting. Please do not go anywhere. We're coming right back to you in just a moment. I do want to bring Zach Lowe into this discussion, though, because, Zach, this is something that you have been calling for a while, but there's this sort of balance that the Lakers have here where bringing in Russell Westbrook off the bench, it's not necessarily going to solve every problem that they have.
Well, obviously, if you're 0-4 with the worst offense in the league, you got a whole lot of problems, and Russ is not the only guy throwing up bricks from three-point range on this team. But look, this move is long overdue. The Lakers had two options left with Russell Westbrook, and really they had two options before the season started. They just weren't ready to face them yet. One, bring him off the bench. Two, bench him completely or send him home. And like Perk said, this may be step one in a process that ends with them sending him home. But it's a step that's worth trying. The only way that Russ can be effective at this stage in his career is to give him the ball and put four shooters around him. Do the Lakers have four shooters to put around him? I don't know. But even in Houston, when he was so good, the reason he was so good is the Rockets traded their center, Clint Capella, because they understood we can't have any other non-shooters on the floor with Russ. We've got to play 5 out. That's it. And so this is their only chance. I just don't think they have the lineups where he can be really successful coming off the bench. And look, if you're going to conceive of him as a sixth man, the best sixth men, seventh men in the NBA, they play a lot of minutes still with the LeBrons and the ADs of their team. So I'm kind of skeptical that this is really going to be a long-term solution, but it's definitely something that's worth trying and is overdue.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.